Welcome to this fantastic episode of Kennedy Saves the World. It's Friday, it's happy hour, and Greg Gutfeld is here.
I'm so happy to be with you.
You're my white whale.
Am I your white whale?
Yes.
Why does it always have to go back to race and weight? I've been trying to lose weight. I put on some pounds, which is weird.
You don't look like you put on pounds.
I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I'm healthy, but it's different weight. It used to be what they called hormonal fat, which is caused by alcohol.
Interesting.
And now, so I lost all that, but then I replaced it with just good old-fashioned fat.
Yeah. But you move, you work out.
I do. I work out every morning, Kennedy.
That's right. Yes, you do.
In the nude on the beach. But no,
Which
I do
is
work.
tough to do in Manhattan.
I
but-
do Peloton. I have a knee brace on today. I just got it today because I have a torn meniscus.
Yeah. So I'm not a huge fan of surgery. Like, I'm a huge fan of doing whatever you can.
Yeah.
Just shy of surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you I had a herniated disc in my neck, and if they repair it with surgery, they have to go in through the front.
Oh.
And it's like, and then you have to have like some disfiguring scar. And then Candace Owens would accuse me of being a man, saying I got my Adam's apple
You know,
shaved.
but she is right. We know, Kennedy.
Yeah.
We know. There was that period of time where you just disappeared from the public stage. We don't know what happened.
No, I don't know what happened.
We
I
don't
woke
know
up
what happened.
in a bathtub full of ice in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
Oh, but here, cheers to you.
Cheers to you. And tell me
Yes.
what this drink is. It's a non-alcoholic, a lot of strawberries in there.
Strawberries are like the ultimate summer fruit. Strawberries and watermelon.
Divine.
Yeah. So it's
I have to drink in front of the thing
yes,
so people
exactly.
can see it. That's delightful because I'm doing the 5 shortly, and this will be a nice little pick-me-up.
Yes, exactly. And one time, Dana did happy hour, and it was like pure bourbon.
Oh my goodness!
But I put it in a Snapple bottle.
She gets drunk so fast.
She took a sip and was like, "Oh!" it was at a time where
She like 2 drinks done.
yeah.
You gotta kind of monitor her if you're out like at a dinner or anything because she weighs like 13 pounds.
Yes.
So you have to make sure that she's not.
And have the IV drip ready in the
yes,
parking
exactly.
lot.
I said she could not drive her big wheel home.
So it's really interesting because I've been at Fox long enough that we've cycled through enough people that their interest, it changes and it wanes over the years. Like when I first got here, people would ask me about Sean Hannity and Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
It was like, what's Bill O'Reilly really like?
Yeah.
And I was like, he's a dick.
Not a happy person. Well, you know what? I won't say he's not happy. It's just that he's not pleasant to be around.
Yeah, I don't know if he's happy.
I feel
it's hard
that's
to
even a
gauge
little
happiness, but he's very unpleasant to be around.
Yeah, he's just, you know what it is? He's had enough.
Yeah.
Like when I see him, whenever I met him, he always had the look of like, I've had enough.
Like,
And it's like, well, then why are you doing it?
I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah, yeah.
like Lethal Weapon
And then
all
if he
over
found
again.
out you were doing something, he would like belittle it. He would I'd be like, yeah, I'm doing a show tomorrow. And he's like, oh, well, how much you getting paid? And then I'll tell him, he goes, oh, I don't get out of bed for $100,000. And I'm like, thanks, bud.
Who is he? Linda Evangelista?
Yeah.
And they would ask me about Sean and Bill, and now they ask me first about you, and then about Tyrus. And it used to be like they would ask about you, and then they go, does Juan Williams really believe all the stuff he says?
Yes, it's that thing, and then they insert anybody into that equation.
Yeah,
Except
Harold.
Except Harold, they love their Harold. Yeah, he's a.
No, but I get that all the time. Like, what is? And they always ask like, what is Greg really like when you guys are just hanging out in the green room? What is he really like that? And I'm like, what do they expect you're going to be like?
It's weird. Okay, so I think that I probably have had that towards some people that I like what could they really be like? And you will always find out they're exactly like what they're not. There's not. This is me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm too old to put up a front. Like if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Like if I was I always say like I was very lucky to do all the magazine publishing up until I was in my 40s, and this came later. So I didn't have the need to be something else. I could have been an actor and then do other people's lines. I would have been a different. Do you ever notice with actors? I think we've talked about this. They really don't have a personality.
No.
Because they never had to have one. And then all of a sudden they get older and they discover, what am I doing? And I'm going to do politics. I'm going to join a political cause. Because they don't have the muscles to do it. So I got here late. So it's no point in me being anything other than what I am. And I just don't stop talking about so it's like I just do it now, and then I do it on the 5, and then I do it at Gutfeld. I did it every night on Red Eye.
Even your body language, like you can tell, like when you're like, like you're not. It's not a front. So when you go on airplanes and someone sits next to you and they recognize you, do you talk to them?
Yeah, pretty much. Because if they recognize you, the unique thing about Fox, it's probably because they like you. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're in a band. And everybody knows the band, but they might not like you. It's like, oh my God, that guy's in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, I don't have any of their records, but I want to get a picture with him.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, you're in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Dude, can I get a picture? It's never like that. It's like if they don't watch Fox, they don't know me. Some people might recognize me and hate me, but they'll stay away from me. But the person that recognizes you likes you. And then when they sit down with you and they talk to you, you kind of sink in the way that the conversation is being picked up from somewhere else. It's like he'll just go, "Hey, what do you think about it?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, blah blah." And next, it's not like a normal conversation. It's like we already knew each other because I'm in their living room and I'm exactly like, and you know, if I'm really busy, like you use the example of sitting in an airplane. Well, I'm not doing any work. I'm sitting there like. What else would I be? Why not be nice and talk to these people? But if you're like, I got to get the out of here, and somebody's stopping you, you're like, I want to get, I got to get home, and then that's where you have that kind of like where you're not maybe like who you are.
Yeah.
You're like somebody else.
Well, especially now that you have a baby. Like, you're always thinking about a baby. And there's always stuff that comes. They're not
used to be
bummer.
just me.
They're just like, but like a baby is all hands on deck all the time. And babies change so quickly.
This is what, like, people tell me that each change is great. But why is it that each change I fear, right? It's like, oh, well, at 6 months, they're going to be doing this. Oh, wait till they start moving around. And I start, like, catastrophizing something. Mm-hmm. Or what's a dog going to do? And then, but then when it happens, there's so many good things happening that it kind of just blends in. Like, I was worried about, Mira just started eating real food, you know, not the breast milk. And it was all like mushy. And I'm just going, oh, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. And you come home and it's a mess.
But then you go,
yeah.
But you were also worried about your dog.
I'm still worried about him because I think he just wants to be friends. And I notice with Mira, and you notice when they grip, it's not like a friendly grip.
No, and they have no control over it.
They have no control of it. And I would just hate something to happen where Mira grabs his paw or his ear and then he snaps at her.
Yeah.
And then what do you do? It's like, and that is my one nightmare is that something happens because he's such a lovable dog. He just wants to be your best friend.
Yeah. And I mean, that happened, not to be a jerk, but my dog bit my 7-month-old in the face.
Wow.
And missed her eye by 1/4 of an inch.
Oh my God.
And then she had to be on antibiotics for a week, and they were liquid antibiotics. And my dad made us go to Reno to watch the Super Bowl with him at the Peppermill Hotel. And we're like, oh, we really don't want to, but he made us, and it smelled like smoke, and it was disgusting. He made us go to dinner, so he had the hotel get a babysitter. And so we waited until she was in bed, and the babysitter was like 80 plus, and she sat 2 inches from the TV, and we're like, this is great. Mm-hmm. And so we went and checked on her twice during dinner. The baby was fine. We come back up at the end, and the babysitter and I said, whatever you do, don't feed her. I'm breastfeeding, and I will be engorged at the end of the night, so please don't give her. In an emergency, if we're bombed and you have to give her food, there is milk. There's breast milk in the fridge. Please don't give it to her. So she's giving her a bottle. And I was like, that sucks. And I was like, my boobs hurt so bad. I'm like, wow, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So I was like, I pay her, just leave, like a prostitute. You pay her to leave. And she burps, and it smells like banana. She gave her like 3 ounces of antibiotic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And it was like the dog bite, the antibiotic, overdose on antibiotic, they strapped her to a little gurney, rushed her to the hospital. She barfed it all up. She got to the hospital and she was like, let's party. I'm fine.
Oh, my goodness.
Like their little bodies know to get rid of everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Wow.
So you do,
you know what? Maybe I made a mistake. It's too late. Can you return babies? Is there like a place?
No, you can't return babies.
Is there a place to return a baby? Yes.
No.
It's called an orphanage.
No, but then if you do have another baby, all the stuff you worried about with the first one, you know everything's going to be fine, so you don't worry about it with the second one.
Yes. So maybe I should. Oh, you just gave me the answer. Pretend that Mira's the second baby.
The dog, just fool Gus.
Yeah, where's the other one? Well, she left school. She's traveling abroad.
Boarding school.
She's in the infantry.
Yeah. But free range kids, man. We put her on a plane.
I don't let
she can figure it out.
Exactly. How are they going to learn? I say live on the streets, lady.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna treat her like my second kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that as an experiment without telling Elena. So all of my responses will be as though this already happened.
Yes.
And let's see how I do. So I'm gonna put that filter on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's gonna go and she's gonna go, Greg. Okay, what? How could this work, Greg? It looks like she has an infection in her ear. Oh, yeah, that happens. It'll go away.
Okay.
It'll go away. A couple days, it'll be fine. But if if you go to the doctor, she's going to tell you exactly that, right? And you don't want to put more medicine in her. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So and she'll go, Greg, what else?
Teething.
We'll just go, oh, yeah, that starts now. Yeah, it usually happens. Yeah, she puts a lot of things in her mouth, but it'll be fine.
Yeah. The teeth, they come out of their heads. They're fine.
They come out of their heads. We've been doing it for 300,000 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, millions.
Could you imagine Freddie Mercury when he was a baby? Huh? Oh, man.
Do you think when he was a baby, he when he started teething, it was just like these massive buck teeth? Like,
yeah.
We are the champions of your breast. I
bet he opened all the beer cans in the 70s.
Poor guy.
He could have. He didn't want to
get. He opened a lot more than that.
Yeah, he didn't want to get his teeth fixed because he thought that would affect his voice. Did you know that?
No, but that makes sense. It's like he probably had like a super arched palate.
Yeah.
And that probably created a vocal cavern.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also wonderful for lovemaking at truck stops.
He was an amazing singer.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Who's your favorite male rock singer?
Ooh, that's a good question. I do love David Lee Roth.
Mm-hmm.
James Mercer from the Shins is probably my favorite.
Yeah,
because
that's interesting.
He's got a really high range.
And do you know he did that album with
Danger Mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Broken Bells?
Yes, Broken Bells. Exactly.
And they're like highly polished Shin songs. Mm-hmm. It's not just about Mercer's voice though. He knows how to do a melody that is so solid. The only person I can think who could do that as well would be like Michael Stipe in the original, in the early days of REM.
Yes.
It was just a little dip or a little turn,
Yeah.
But David Lee Roth is a different singer, but a majestic, like anything that comes out of his mouth is like.
But I love those performative.
Yeah.
No, he and I'm glad to see David Lee Roth back on stage. You have to get back on the
He has turned into a skinny old Jew. He's just like walking around. Hey, what's going on? Yeah. It seems like he might have done some drugs.
He's high on life, man. So Van Halen.
But can I tell you something about
Yes.
David Lee Roth?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that if you image searched him, you would never find him with a woman.
Oh,
like
interesting.
in anything.
Wow.
Like he might be in a group of girls like being a picture taken with fans. But in terms of like the way you'd see Tommy Lee with Pamela Anderson
or even Keanu Reeves and his wife.
You have never seen David Lee Roth on a date or in anything. And I don't know what that means. I'm not saying he's a homosexual. I'm saying
maybe he's either asexual or he has a harem.
Yes,
like an active harem.
He's like it's an underground network of sex bots.
Yeah, he's just got a lair.
Yeah.
Where they don't do drugs. They do a lot of stretches so he can keep those hips limber. All right, you have to go do the 5. Thank you for doing this.
That's always fun. See, that just moves so quickly.
Yeah.
You're just a dream.
Oh,
You're a
right
dream
now.
but I could talk to you about music. You know what we should do? So they want me to do a podcast We should do a music podcast. Do you think that gets a limited number of people?
Because I think there's so many people watching who love music as much as they love news.
So we should do a music podcast. I've been like my manager Eric has been talking to me. You love music, you write. I used to write about it. I did all this and it's fun. And I buy new music every week, you know? Here, I'll show you before I leave. I'll show you some good that I got.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's a picture of me. That's a picture of me. All right.
I just got Steely Dan Asia on vinyl.
I almost bought that, but it was like $50. Okay. There's this woman called Carmen Villain. Ambient, I would say ambient jazz, but crazy. Packy man.
Yep.
You would love.
Yep.
It's a dub electronica. Smurs. Oh, you want to hear Smurs?
Yes.
All right. Okay. This song is amazing. You're going to love this. You're gonna love this.
I hope we can play it. Great beat.
Yeah.
Great bass line.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Are those bagpipes? It's like Sleigh Bells meets Portishead.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
It's like so mellow.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Smurs? How do you spell it?
I think they're from are they New Zealand or are they Finland? They're somewhere over there.
Okay.
But I got
somewhere
a lot of
weird that most people haven't been to, but probably.
Cole Pulis, Lands End Eternal is great. Nice. Anthony Naples, Griffin Rue, he's a producer in New York. I try to buy like 5 or 6 things a week.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Do you like vinyl? Do you like listening?
Yes,
to music?
I buy equal parts vinyl, equal parts digital. Digital when I sleep, vinyl in the day.
Oh, beautifully done.
Yeah, and then when I in the romantic times, I do nothing but cassettes.
8 tracks. I have.
Yeah, 8 tracks.
All right, thank you, Greg.
Well, thank you.
It's Greg Gutfeld.
I'm on my way. I'm in such pain. It's gonna get better.
It will.
That's what the more you know would say.
Yeah.
It gets better.
I see you, Greg. Bye. This has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Greg Gutfeld. I'm Kennedy.
Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.